Right, shalom, I'm giving our praise unto Bashim Shabashim Korakodash. The one is unto the apostles of Great Millstone. And I honor your brothers that we're pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And I brother, everybody are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Shabashim Korakodash. Giving our praise unto Bashim Shabashim Korakodash. It's going to be a relatively quick video based upon the clip that we just seen. And it's pretty simple, man. You know, the scripture says we've become the degenerate vine. We're going to read this within the book of Jeremiah, the 11th chapter. And, you know, you got to ask yourself the simple question as it pertains to these guys out here trying to sneak up into the blessing of Jacob and sneak up into the blessing of the children of Israel. When did the Most High ever call you an olive tree? As we see within the book of Romans, the 11th chapter, and the book of Jeremiah, the 11th chapter, as we're reading here. The Most High there's no precedence within the scriptures where the Most High has called you a righteous, right, holy tree, separate. That's not within the Bible. But still, they try to sneak up in there. And really what we're just seeing with the preceding image is a fulfillment of us becoming degenerate. See, that cat there is his father's Magic Johnson, okay? And they're both, him and his son. The scripture talks about how that you see your works through your son. Now, what you got to understand about this backdoor activity is, it's part of the idol worship. We see with the Canaanites, we see with the nations of the world, that they practice these particular activities in order to, in the name of their deities, in the name of their pagan gods. Okay, that's why you see within the Bible, there was a prohibition on temple harlotry. There was a prohibition on spiritual harlotry. Now you can go out there and get yourself a regular, right, prostitute or whatever, but the temple prostitution was strictly forbidden. That was strictly forbidden. You see a lot of these cats out here that's heavy in the industry. They're all up into the temple prostitution, man. They're all up into it, and their sons are freaks. Okay, their daughters are freaks because that's part of the occult. Got all kind of tattoos that channel demons and channel spirits all over them. And this is the vibration that has come upon the children of Israel via the means of what's the word I'm looking for here? Rebellion. That's what it comes down to. But guess what? That's still an olive tree. As wild as it might look, that's still part of the olive tree. And ultimately, you know, that dude's going to get burnt up by the ICBMs and is going to be born back into the kingdom. The scripture says, all shall know Yahweh Bashim Shai. Let me read this scripture right quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, the 11th chapter. I want to start from I want to read up a little bit, I think. Okay. I forget what place I want to start. Just bear with me whilst I find the best place for me to start. Okay, 15th verse, Jeremiah 11:15. What hath my beloved to do in mine house, seeing she hath wrought lewdness? Right, with me. And what we've seen there is lewdness. Right? That's lewdness. That's not appropriate, man. That's unacceptable, right? Of the highest degree. The holy flesh is passed from thee. So you was holy, you was separate, you're supposed to be detached from the workings of the heathen. And you've totally attached yourself to it, to the end. The scripture says you've surpassed the deeds of the wicked. Okay, because we're inherently righteous. And you see what this guy's doing, man? That's weird, bro. That's freaky behavior. That's freaky behavior. But I just use that example because it's kind of like a famous example. Holy flesh is passed from thee. When thou doest the evil, thou rejoiceth. Okay, the holy looks that they got, these celebrities have got, how they how they maneuver within the earth with pride, as pertaining to their lewdness. That's Jake rejoicing, and the Lord have called thee a good olive tree. So we was goodly. We was a good olive tree. Where was Moab called an olive tree? A good olive tree, fair. Okay, of goodly fruit. When was that said? When was that said of Ammon, Ishmael, all of that? We're the only ones that was ever referred to within the scriptures as the good olive tree, as that olive tree. The noise, with the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches are broken off. For the Lord of hosts that hath planted thee has pronounced evil against them. And indeed, the Most High has pronounced evil against these apostates, man, that know of the Israel. You think Magic Johnson and LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, all of these guys, they don't know about the Israelites, man? But they got the money in this world. They're good. They like how they are right now. So they're happy with the life that they got right now. So they burn incense to Baal and sacrifice their children, whether it be an actual sacrifice of dying or a sacrifice of giving your sons over to Baphomet. Like his son, he gave his son to Baphomet, bro. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing a son that's been given to Baphomet. For the Lord hath planted thee and pronounced evil against thee. For the house of Israel, for the house of Israel and for the house of Judah, which have done evil against themselves to provoke me to anger in offering up incense to Baal. And that's what this is, man. Okay? This is a sacrifice. Okay? You might not think it is. You might be so simple-minded in thinking that this is normal behavior now, but really, this guy's been given over to the other side. Him and his father. And many other individuals alike have taken that deal with Esau. And in taking that deal with Esau, they're provoking the Most High to anger. But you know, the main point of the video is this: we're that green olive tree, now we become degenerate. We're that green olive tree, but now we become wild. Okay, we become wild. So Jake's got to be what? Jake's got to be cleansed, washed, and the scripture says within the book of Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, the Most High is going to clean us, not because we're so righteous, but for His holy name's sake. Okay. Anyways, just a few points there. Hopefully, it's been of edification. Without myself, praise unto Yahweh, Shabbat Korash. The one is unto the apostles of great millstone. Honor your brothers to pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom.